Gaming is a weird place, and October is always a weird month. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Gameranx, 10 weird gaming stories that happened in October. Number 10, Soulcalibur 6 came out on the 19th, and the developers of Soulcalibur basically said, our aim is to give community tools that encourage creativity. We gave you the ability to make characters, and you did exactly what we all expected somebody from the internet would do with a character creator that gives you a lot of creativity. Like, what do we even say here? How do we put this dong into the video? How do we even do this? So, the developers decided that they were going to ban people who created inappropriate characters, which I'll bet probably isn't actually stopping people from doing it. In fact, I'd be really interested in finding out how effective that is. Number 9, a Fallout 76 bug deletes Fallout 76 entirely. Literally all of the beta data, which is fun to say, beta data, but it's 56 gigabytes of Fallout 76. It just goes poof, gone. Oops. If you click any of the buttons in that version of the client, and not like use the buttons in like a normal sense, but specifically click the buttons. If you have a download start, just let it go. Bethesda had to say, hey, don't click any buttons, which is not something you hear a game developer say too often, or really any corporate anything. Everybody's usually like, take an action, take an action. They're like, don't take an action. Number 8, the US government deemed it legal to circumvent DRM, or in other words, bypass digital rights management or anti-piracy stuff. Specifically, the US Copyright Office outlined a new set of exemptions for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. If you run a repair shop, you are now allowed to hack firmware on devices like TVs, tablets, smartphones, and other things. The Internet of Things has put this type of stuff in so many different devices at this point, it's silly. But if a device is broken and somebody who is illegally repairing it does something that technically totally avoids the digital rights management, it's not illegal anymore. It was a bit of a gray area before, to be fair, but now it's pretty explicitly okay to do, which is great, but also really weird, because frankly, like, if you know how to repair something, but you hack the firmware, you could void warranties or even get into further legal trouble for piracy, which is dumb. Number 7, a Japanese gamer rigged up a device to use a hot dog to continually tap a phone in order to open loot boxes. And because in basically every single way, there's no way to stop this from happening. It's a friggin' hot dog. I mean, it might eventually rot, but I don't know what's in hot dogs any more than you do, and the amount of preservatives is usually pretty high, to my knowledge. So, probably lasts a while. The hot dog is actually on an electric whisker, which you would normally use to whisk up sugar in stuff, I guess. I don't really do a lot of baking, so I don't know. But it's actually really funny to watch because it makes a weird sound and it's held together by tape. And the speed at which it is tapping the screen it's just hilarious. Number 6, a CSGO team got caught cheating with an aimbot. Now that's not strange, but the tournament that they were doing, a referee came over to one of the players' computers and attempted to check it, and as he put his hands towards the computer, the player actually physically stopped him from doing it, as in pushed him away like you might with a cat. It's actually a fairly short clip, but an interesting one in that the guy basically acts like the referee is annoying him, and it's like, no dude, you're cheating. And this makes it look like you're cheating way more, and as it turns out, you are. So, yeah. The player actually got banned from CSGO for 5 years, which I'd go ahead and say probably not like that weird. It's just the batting and pushing away is weird. Number 5, Huawei, or however you say it, is launching a gaming phone they claim rivals the Nintendo Switch. It's got a bigger screen, and it's got a goofy thing that clips onto the screen, which would then depend on the other side of the screen for buttons, so it limits the screen's effective visibility. I don't know, it's weird. Also costs $740 more than the Switch, which makes me not care at all about the screen.
We make a comparison with them. We have a larger screen, 7.2 inch instead. Okay, more higher resolution, but more importantly, we have doubled the gaming battery life. So Mate 20X, the best portable mobile gaming machine.
Number 4, Epic Games sued Golden Mods for something that he calls magical powers. Now, magical powers are, let's just say it, cheats. They're cheats he was selling for Fortnite, you know, on an online game, so not cool Golden Mods, but the thing that's weird about it is that they're suing him for copyright infringement, which I don't know about that. The thing is that cheat software isn't really copying of any kind of code. It's usually an injection of some kind of code. Now, I am not going to claim to be an expert on how Golden Mods works. I don't really know, but I do know they were making a lot of money. Their aimbots for Fortnite were like $54.99 all the way up to $299.99. And this isn't like some guy randomly doing stuff on YouTube. The guy had 1.7 million subscribers, so I'm willing to bet Golden Mods has made some money off this. Number 3, a game called Chinese Parents became number 2 on Steam's best-selling list, which, Chinese Parents is a pretty good description of what Chinese Parent seems to be. It's kind of a Chinese parent simulator. The game centers mainly around educating your children because today's society is ultra competitive and your children need an edge, which, I mean, isn't a lie. It's a weird looking game though. Number 2, data miners found in the EVE online code for the Chinese version of the game that they may start punishing cheaters in the game with virtual hard labor, which, considering China isn't so good about hard labor in real life, is kind of an ironic one to add to just the Chinese version of the game. I mean, I think that might be an alright way of dealing with it, but we do have to consider the fact that it doesn't actually really change the behavior of people in real life, so when you can shut it off, I'll bet it really isn't going to. And finally, number 1, nuclear experts warned that Fallout 76 might make nukes appear just a little bit too fun. Which, no. You wanna know why? Because a game player, somebody playing a game, doesn't have access to ICBMs, not in real life. And if they do, and they're thinking about using them, it's not because they have Fallout 76. It's probably because they're one of the world's superpowers. Maybe those people's opinions on nuclear weapons matter just a little bit more than people playing a video game that isn't real or close to real or influences the real world in any way or takes place in a world that has anything to do with the real world, or, you know, a slew of dopey things that you would have to not think about at all to actually care what people playing Fallout 76 think of nukes. Did anything super weird happen to you in video games this month? Or let's meet in the comments and do it. If you like this video, please click like, and if you want to see more of our videos that we upload every single day, click the subscribe button and do not forget to click the alarm bell. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on Gameranx.